It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag Utah Jazz.
Jasmine and Keontae George helping his Rising Stars team advance to the NBA All-Star Tournament. In Game 1, George led the team with 10 of their 40 points. In Game 2, he hit the game-winning shot to send his team to the next round. George and Team C got the opportunity to play in the NBA All-Star Tournament where they lost to Team Shaq. The Jazz are returning to action Friday at home against Oklahoma City. So much has been made of the All-Star Game format. To have the young guys in the middle of the All-Star Game, got to admit, that seemed weird, PK. I know they wanted a fourth team, but that was odd.
I wouldn't know.
All right, Friday, Oklahoma City Thunder back at it, chasing Tankathon 2025. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Here's Curry from half court. Yes! A half court three for Steph Curry. Lob down low to Tatum. There's the flush. That's the finish. Shaq's OGs in the first ever NBA All-Star mini tournament. The champions of the 74th NBA All-Star game.
To be honest, I didn't like it at all. I don't like the breaks, how long. I mean, the games are so short, obviously. We can score. And so they're trying to extend the game or extend the TV time with breaks and things like that. And as a player, you're trying to stay warm and things like that. So it's kind of tough to do that. I mean, we had a 7-5 guy over there coming off the bench for the first time probably in his life, and sitting 20 minutes is not probably easy for them. I mean, so it's tough for me. So I can already understand how they feel.
It's not smart basketball no more. I saw a clip not too long ago where Kobe said, like, yo, it's accidental basketball. He couldn't have been more right. It was so refreshing to play against Bron because every possession is like a chess match. But you don't just get that on a regular basis. It's just who can run faster, who can hit more threes. It's no substance. And so I think it's very boring.
There's NBA players not liking the NBA All-Star Game, joining the rest of us from a decade ago. Not liking the way things have gone. But if guys aren't going to play hard, then you can put out whatever you want. East versus West was fine when guys were playing hard. But,
yeah, I think Draymond Green was talking about the game overall, not the All-Star game.
Oh, you think on the entire NBA? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Trey Young was talking about the All-Star format. So Draymond on the season. Yeah, well.
He's talking about the current state of the league.
There it is.
Far more than one All-Star game that LeBron decided years ago we're not going to play hard because everybody does what I say. And so there it is. That's one game and a night that nobody remembers anymore anyway. I think the bigger issue is Green commenting on the game with the threes and all that, saying it's boring.
NBA returns to action tomorrow night with the Lakers hosting the Hornets. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NFL.
It is time to adjust your rosters. Cincinnati Bengals plan to use the franchise tag on wide receiver T. Higgins if they can't agree on an extension by the March 4th tag deadline. Tag would give the two sides until mid-July to agree on a new deal. Otherwise, Higgins will play for 1 year and $26 million. Cincinnati also working on long-term deals for Jamar Chase and defensive end Trey Hendrickson. So, Bengals with an expensive off-season. The problem with the Bengals is the defense, and so the wide receivers are, everybody loves offense, and those guys make a bunch of plays, but it starts with Hendrickson, but they got to get better. They gave up so many points this year, ended up missing the playoffs and wasting a year of a really prime offense.
Rats.
The Miami Dolphins have released running back Raheem Mostert after 3 seasons. He had a career year in 2023, 21 touchdowns, made a Pro Bowl. His numbers dropped significantly last year due to injury. Cam Ward on teams potentially passing on him due to sitting out the second half of the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Okay, you're either going to draft me or you're not. If you don't draft me, that's your fault. You got to remember you're the same team that's got to play me for the rest of my career, and I'll remember that.
Okay.
Cam Ward. Going to take it out on you if you pass on him.
So that means he believes he should go number one, I guess.
He does believe he should go number one. Baltimore Ravens guard Ben Cleveland was cited for a DUI in Georgia last weekend when he registered a .178 on a breathalyzer test. The 26-year-old has spent the first 4 seasons of his career with Baltimore and is a pending free agent next month. .178, that is probably at least double the legal limit. DJ and PK.
Hashtag BYU.
Well, BYU beat Kansas State convincingly Saturday night, won by 15. They've got Kansas tonight. These two teams with identical 17-8 records, PK. A winnable game. Utah, we'll get to that in a second, already with the sweep. BYU can get the sweep. Seems like it's right there for the taking. And that whole goal of that Ken Pomeroy said when he's on from KenPom.com, have a winning record in league, and they will go to the NCAA tournament. It is within their grasp now, and this is a box that needs to be checked.
Okay. All right, so what you're saying is they got to win.
Got to win, baby. 8-6 in league. This would be win number 9 at home.
If they won after that, it'd be win number 10.
Yeah.
They got 6 more games to go. Don't take anything for granted. Win as many as you possibly can. They're fighting for the NCAA tournament lives. All right, to get in, see what happens at that point if you got in. But yeah, sure. They're right where they can see the NCAA tournament, but being able to see it and do it is 2 different things. They're not struggling to get there. They're on the wave to get there, and they've got to continue to win games. I just don't see anything where I can look at, wow, this is a guaranteed W or this is a guaranteed L the rest of the way, which makes it all sorts of entertaining.
They're both 17-8. They're both 8-6. Winner of this game will be all alone in 5th place in the Big 12. Tip-off tonight, 7 o'clock at the Marriott Center. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah.
The Utes improved to 15-11 on the year. They are 7-8 in the conference after they sweep the Kansas State homestand. They beat K-State last night 74-69 after beating Kansas on Saturday. That's about as good a weekend as you could have dreamed of, PK. I'm not sure how many of you fans really believed they'd do it, but they pulled it off.
Well, they're decent at home. So, on the road, I don't think they would have done it, but they weren't on the road. They were at home.
Where they are 14-3.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the numbers, the 2 numbers that jump out of you outside of the final score is rebounds 51-28 and 21 offensive rebounds. I mean, that's incredible. 21 offensive rebounds. And the thing about that is that's like allowing a team to have 4, 5, 6 outs in baseball. If you do that, they're going to score. And the free throws, but I mean, it's the same thing with Utah State and New Mexico. The home team in college has a distinct advantage there.
Yes, that, but also the fact that they not only got them, but they made them at a decent clip. 76.7% is respectable, and this is a team that's down in the low to mid-60s and is one of the worst free throw shooting teams in the country. And that's a good night of the line, 23.
Yeah, I don't know what the breakdown is at home versus the road, though. I don't look at raw numbers like you do. And draw conclusions from them. I'd have to see what the breakdown is as far as them being at home and what they shoot on the road to see if that's unusual or not.
DJ and PK.
Hashtag Utah State.
Martinez guarded by Dent. Slips it to Alberry. Alberry lays it up and in. Woo! Beautiful backdoor cut. Dayton Alberry gets the bucket, and the Aggies up 52-46. Aggies looking for somebody to help out. Finally to Martinez. Baseline 3 by Ian. Yes! Oh, Ian Martinez. Big 3 from the baseline. We're square at 59 apiece. Here comes the second free throw by Dexter. Left it short. Templin taps it out. Controlled by Utah State. Martinez for 3. Yes! Martinez hits it. We're tied. 76 all. Oh, Ian Martinez on the offensive rebound. He buries the 3, and the Aggies have tied it up.
Utah State ties it up, but ultimately loses to New Mexico 82-79. The Lobos sweep the 2 regular season games. They're alone in first place. They've just got the 1 conference loss, while the Aggies have 3. And against San Jose State here midweek, PK, but then they will play the 3rd, 4th, and 5th place teams the next 3 games with San Diego State, Boise State, and CSU all on the schedule. Big stretch here. That was a well-played game, a disappointing L in the end, but I think they regret the one they dropped at home more than that one. I mean, you'd rather have either one, obviously, but not a surprise they went down in the pit.
Yeah, it was obviously right down to the end, and the kid for Washington for New Mexico hits the shot, and Falstaff came down, missed his, and made one right after that. But, you know, the 2 big players, and we just heard of Martinez and Falstaff there, they needed some more help. They didn't get a lot of help from the rest of the guys, and that's going to be the key to their success, because those 2 guys, you can argue, clearly a great set of guards that they have. And they're right there with just about anybody in terms of their ability. They need some help from the other guys. I don't feel bad for them losing that game. I know it was disappointing. I understand all that. You wanted to win, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, you got to keep chugging away here, and you got some good big games coming up. You win them. Go to Vegas. I would like nothing more than to see on that Saturday before Selection Sunday, New Mexico and Utah State play, because it's tough to, you know, beat that team 3 times straight and all that stuff, and that would be a fun situation for the Mountain West, and the Mountain West, which is breaking up here after next season anyway. But these 2 teams playing at a high level, I was impressed with both teams. And the Aggies, they're going to be fine. They lost the game, but I don't think they really lost anything in terms of what they're trying to accomplish.
At home against San Jose State tomorrow night. San Diego State will be in on Saturday, and they'll play for second place with the Aztecs then.
Yeah, and that's another huge game, so you really can't wallow in that as far as that goes. There's so much more for this team to accomplish that I don't think they'll have any problem just wiping that away and moving on, because it's not like it was a devastating loss. It's not like BYU when they lost those 2 games in November in football, you know, when that situation is that kept them out of the conference title game, obviously. Here, this loss is keeping them out of nothing that they want to get.
DJ and PK.
#NHL.
The 4 Nations face-off continues with the title game Thursday. Team USA and Team Canada have advanced. They played a wild game Saturday with multiple fights breaking out in the first 9 seconds. Had guys dropping the gloves right from the get-go. The U.S. ended up winning that game 3-1. So now they will play for the title. Sweden and Finland have been eliminated.
Don't be booing my anthem.
Don't be booing my anthem.
That's all I'm going to tell you.
PK will drop the gloves.
I won't. They will.
Thursday night, 6 o'clock, Team USA and Team Canada. And then back at it on the weekend. Mike Folta, radio voice of the Utah Hockey Club, is going to join us at 9 o'clock this morning. Steve Cleveland is here to talk hoops at 8 o'clock. And it's also a Utah Jazz Ticket Tuesday. We're going to be giving away Jazz tickets later in the show to see the Jazz in Oklahoma City Friday at the Delta Center. So plenty still ahead. The question of the day is coming up next. DJ and PK, that is what is trending. It's brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Question of the day next. Stay with us.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I present...
This is JJ and Alex.
ESPN has a how this is going to play out all the way up until the college football playoff of 2025. This is your ultimate way too early. Your number 3 seed in the college football playoff for next year is the University of Utah.
What?
Hey now.
No.
Yeah, why not?
The Utes?
New offensive coordinator, new quarterback, new you. Literally, new you. The crazy thing about this is that I have no argument against it. Why would you make an argument that Utah couldn't be in that conversation? And I know BYU fans out there are pshawing, but you were in the same spot last year.
The Utah offense scores as many touchdowns as New Mexico did last year. How much different would their season have looked? They have a lot of recent success when they play complementary football. When that offense is up to the task, combined with that defense, they win a lot. I could see it happening.
stop. I don't want to get your hopes and dreams up.
I'm making a case.
Catch JJ and Alex afternoons from 3 to 6. Presented by G2G Bars on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.